So I'm going to ask you right at the beginning, right at the top, all of you that are here, all of you that are passing by, pressing the button, looking and saying, maybe not interested in this. But let me tell you something. When you open your hands and you take what you've got and you put it into the hand of another, miracles happen. Have you ever just realized that when you give what you possess and is giving is when you take money or whatever and you give? The thing though is that when you let it go, you will notice more will come in. And that's why I practice decluttering often, daily. If I am using something and I realize I don't need this, I put it aside before I make sure it's in good condition and I set it aside to give, to donate. And then what you have to do for this week, if you can, is find 3 things that you have that you realize you're not using and take those 3 things and donate them or give them away. Drop them purposely do this. Drop it at a food bank. Purposely go out of your way to give. When you open your hands, it opens your heart. And when your heart is open, like Nancy says, amazing things that you never expect. If you're looking, you're sitting there, you're surrounded by clutter. And maybe now you're looking to get a promotion at work. You're looking to get a loan. You're looking to get something. And it seems like it's hard. It's challenging. You're not getting it. Or you're looking for a job. You're looking for something priceless. Something you really, really, really want. But no matter how harsh and how pushing and how going and all the effort you put, it is not yielding to you. It's not opening. It's not inviting you to come in. So at that time, look at your ability to give. If you have to give and you're thinking, if I give this, I won't have, then you might as well keep it. Because it's not going to bless anyone and it certainly is not going to bless you. You have decided that if I give, I will be without, I will have less. But that's not the thought we should have. And yet, that's how a lot of us feel. The thing is, when you let it go and you give it, you're making space for more to come. And many of you who have done that have seen this happen in your life. You gave so much. And when you gave, you notice more comes in. More. And maybe not the same thing, but you feel the prosperity, the abundance just moving into your life. That is what it's all about. But when you give, don't give because you don't want it. Like, I don't mean want it or you hate it or it's broken or it's torn. Do not do that. That's not giving. Once there was a time that they had to collect clothing for people because of a flood or something somewhere, and I went to volunteer. I was aghast to see that people were actually giving torn, dirty, smelly clothes. Come on. And you feel good doing that? They were torn underwear that was used and still dirty. And shoes that nobody could fit their feet into. They had no soles. But why? Why do that? If you're going to give the best. Because you expect to receive the best from life. And that is why sometimes, no matter what you do, nothing is materializing in your life. And when you see that, you need to stand up wherever you are and say, what am I doing? I am here and I'm blocking my flow. Giving is most often monetary. People give, they donate money. People give and they donate accessories, clothes. But when you do that, make sure you fold it. It's clean. It's wearable. They said gently use. They didn't say dirty and smelly and torn. If you wouldn't use that, why do you believe somebody who has less than you should do that? When you give with that thought, you are saying that you do not care. So you might as well hold your stuff and stay in your turbulence of life. You will notice your attitude is taking you one step forward, 22 backwards. And you might even say, no matter what I do not get to what I desire. And that is the simple thing you're looking at. If I give, that means I have less. Giving is not about the size of your bank account. It's about the size of your faith in flow. Believing that, releasing it, let it flow into the hands of those that need it. When you give, you aren't losing a resource. You're proving that abundance is yours. Your mind gets alert and alive. Are your hands open enough to let a blessing out so that you can grab a blessing coming in? Because it will hit on the closed hand. You have heard me and many others say that when you let go and you release, what you desire comes to you without effort. But if you hold on tight, where is it going? It can't force your arms open. So that's why you have to be sure that you are giving with an open heart and just let it go by. Because you see, giving and saying, if I give that, I won't have. So we'll go back and forth between giving and sharing. They're different. They're so different. When you give, it targets your financial and mental pillars by addressing the fear of lack and the power of flow. That's what it does. When you give, you're saying, okay, if I give that, then I only have that. But what's your words? You don't only have that. You have that. I will just be left with that. You're not going to be just. You will have more than just. Just says it's a little bit. Right? When you say, it's just a tiny, look at the words. If I give, I'm not going to get. I might need it tomorrow. But you haven't used it for 6 years. It no longer fits you. You've gained weight or you've lost weight. You no longer can walk in a 5-inch heel. Why are you keeping them there? Who is coming to put your feet in there for you? Donate them. Go make an effort. Walk to the place. Get there and donate it. Make it look good. Do not throw the worst things. If it's not working, do not give it away. If you are giving somebody an appliance, make sure all the parts are together. If you are giving someone something to use in their home, make sure it's not chipped. It's not cracked. There are garbage for that. And these people are not your garbage dump. So all I ask, though, is for you to think today. Look at your home. Get a box and begin to put 3 things for sure that you have decluttered. As you go through life, you have to declutter. The Japanese has an attitude or a method that everything they use, they put it back where it belongs. In that process, while you are using it and you're putting it back, you notice it's not good. Let it go. Or I have 2 of these. I have 3 of these. And I only use 1 of these. Donate the other 2. You see, when you have all of these things around you and you're trying to find something new to bring into your life, it could even be a lover. It could even be to get somebody, a significant other in your life. But are you making room, though, to give that person part of you? Are you? Because You cannot say, I want somebody to love me and not asking for somebody for you to love. Giving has no strings attached, and we most often give to others money. The thing that I have noticed, and I want you guys to realize this is not the way to give. Connection and multiplication is the act of giving. You're connecting, you're giving, and you're multiplying for that person. That human being that is sitting outside in this time of the year in North America or in a very hot country, sitting, instead of looking down at them, look at them and see something unique about them. Yeah. And if you're going to give them, make sure you hold your index finger back. Because when you're giving and you're pointing and you're wagging your index finger about telling that person, do not waste, that's wrong. Do not use it to buy drugs. That's wrong. As much as you think drugs is not good for them, and we all know that, and believe me, they too know that. So when you're going and you're saying, hey, don't use it for drugs or alcohol. Who are you? It no longer belongs to you. Then keep it. Just keep your money. Do not go doing this. When you're pointing this one finger and wagging it at somebody who needs your help, 4 fingers are pointing at you. So you need to realize that I want you guys to interact. Say something about that. I have told you guys this story about my brother Milton many times. Coming out of a bodega in New York, he's walking out and there's somebody sitting at the side of the door on pavement. He said he had a $5 change, so he gave it to the man. The shopkeeper came out to tell him not to give it to him because he's going to use it to drink alcohol and buy drugs. So Milton, being him, he looked at the shopkeeper and said, sir, the moment I give that man that money, it no longer belongs to me. He can choose what to do with it. And that's giving. Here you are. Use it how you desire. Just use it how you desire. I am not here to judge you. I am here for today to make your life a little bit easier than where you are. And if that $5 bill gets you whatever you want, it's not my concern. My concern was to donate, to give to you. We need to realize giving is opening and letting it fall. And we need to understand that. I have said it over and over again. If you're going to give the best of you. The very best. If you're showing up, show up and do your best. Don't do it for yourself. Do it for those that you might influence one day. I have been doing this for a long time. Not so much on social media. It's 6 years. But in life, I always shared my knowledge in giving what I have. It is so challenging these days to see the reluctance in those that can now give, paying it forward. That's what it means. We have all these magic words that they put together. I never knew that was a term until it became a term. Paying it forward. You pay it forward by donating to others, by giving with no strings attached. Do not use your words and your actions to condemn your own way of gifting, which is going to help you. When you gift money or an actual physical possession to another human being, do not sit there and pontificate how you intend for them to use it. Then you might as well keep it. Or Give it to them in the form you believe that they should use it. And they might surprise you. And they may say, I have these already. I gave it to my friend, but I know so-and-so who needs it. Many people have the ability to give, but they have the fear of not enough. And that is wrong. When you find yourself reluctant to just give, I'm talking about money and possessions now. It's not about sharing. That we will talk about tomorrow. I release the fear of not enough and embrace the peace of together. I am sharing, I find my true home. When you share what you know with another person, you find your true home. I didn't know a simple thing because I was very new to social media and older, and I didn't know how to put my name when there was a Zoom thing going, and I didn't know where to go to click to get my name. I asked one woman, you guys have heard that? I said to her, can you show me how to do this? And she goes, you'll figure it out. And I'm not kidding. That's exactly how she responded. So the next available human was Yuko. I said, Yuko, I didn't know none of them. We were just in the same group doing some things, learning. I said, Yuko, do you know what? Oh, she said, sure, I know. And she jumped in, and typical Yuko, and she showed me how to do this. And to this day, we are friends. Yuko gave me some knowledge. I gave Yuko a little bit of confidence in return. She gave me the knowledge to know what to do. She still does give me. And I still give her confidence in using English words. I gave her confidence to make sure how do you like to see yourself, Yuko? How do you like to dress? And one day I asked her, I said, why are you always in, track pants and a hoodie? And she said, well, everybody in that area where I live, that's how they dress. I said, so because this is the tribe of the herd, what do you like to do? Oh, I like dressing up. I'm a hairdresser. I said, well, why are you covering those lovely tresses of yours? Let them flow color. Do what you have to do. You are a hairdresser. You're giving people a hairdo. They come to you to get a cut. Then you should look like what you're doing. And it clicked. And I pushed her, and she would say something to me, and I would hear the word, and I said, no. Or I would use a different English word, and she would say, I said, okay. And I would explain. English has several words meaning the same thing, and I would explain to her, get the dictionary. But it all started because she was willing to give me the knowledge I did not have. And that's what I'm saying to you. You never know when you open the door for somebody else what happens for you. You don't know. It's only by opening that door for another person that when you go in, somebody else will say, oh, hello, here you are. I have been wondering. I wanted to give you this. You just never know. All of you, like Candice and Azim's mom, and all of you who came this morning, and all of you on TikTok, 1,000 of you. And what can I give you? The confidence to tell you, no matter what it is you're doing, what you're working, I know Candice is running a business, and this lady is Azim's mom. I'm sure she's busy all the way from India, 10 hours from now. So can you imagine? But here she is. She came. Nancy's here. Loretta, I know she just came from a funeral, but she's here. My nephew from England showed up today. He's here. Betty is here. Betty is busy. Betty has things for her to do, but she shows up. So you think I can give wishy-washy, and Colleen is here. and not give you my best? That's what I have to offer. When I see the artwork that Candice does, I admire it. I smile. It's all done with embroidery. Can you believe somebody using embroidery, like a curl embroidery? You guys know that? And it shapes a human body. One thread. Curves. And it's unique. That's her art. Do not criticize. Why are you doing always making images of the human body? Why not? It's beautiful. It's amazing. When you step out and I laugh at my friend Colin. I call her an Uber driver. She doesn't have to be helping grandchildren. That's not what she should be doing, right? She's retired. But she's giving them something that they will hold forever. When my grandson Micah was here with me for all those summers before COVID came, one day as I'm walking through the gate with him into the garden, the 7-year-old looked at me and said, Grammy, I will never forget what you do for me. I made sure he learned to swim. I made sure he learned to skate and to run and to ride his bike. I went everywhere with him. All those 10 weeks, so many people told me I shouldn't do that. Today, Micah is 16. I cannot do that with him again, though. But he can swim. And that is such a wonderful skill to have. And he told me that. He said, we went on a school trip and we were at a hotel and there was a swimming pool. And I said I was going swimming and everybody said, you can't swim. Yes, I can. He said, I went and I swam and I did my things. And a few of them said, where did you learn? And he went on. So you see, he remembered. I gave him my best. And that's what, no matter who you are, even when you're disciplining your children, you need to put a caveat with that one. It's not that I don't like you. I just would prefer what you're doing would be not that. So you're giving them the knowledge. I love you. But that attitude is not going to get you to where you desire to be. Giving is everything we have. You have something you can do, give it. Do not expect thank you. Christian Bible, Jesus got 1 out of 10 to say thank you. So who are you to expect everybody you give to say thank you? Oh, I'm not giving again because they never say thank you. Is that what your reason for giving? Really? You have to give, like Nancy said earlier. Where is that quote from Nancy? That when you open your hands, it opens your heart. If you think giving is something else, wait until I get to sharing for you guys to understand the true meaning of sharing. They are different. Often it's giving money. Often it's giving position. But we need to give what we have to others who we know could use it. I don't know if that man will come. I need to tell you a story. As I always have stories. I've told you one already, but this one is a story. As you know, I went away for a week. So I had an Uber driver. So the Uber driver came, and you can say if you want conversations or not. So anyway, I asked, where are you from? He told me Ukraine. And then we started talking. So it's like an hour from my house, 45 minutes. It was early, so it was quick. And we talked and we spoke, and then I found out. I thought that when you come here, because your country is in this situation, we say they're at war. I learned from talking to Igor that they're not considered war. They considered what's happening in Ukraine a conflict, not a war. So he cannot get the refugee status to stay in Canada. He's here for a while. If he's 6-year-old and his wife and another baby, a child. And he started, you know me, in this inquisitiveness. I started asking questions. So he said to me, well, I drive Uber. And then we have to pay for rent. But we have to work. But we do not have a a permanent thing to work. We have to renew the work permit. He was telling me the whole story, and I understood it. I know what he was saying. And then he said something. I said, so how you get furniture and all this? So he told me, and he said some of it is really just sometimes just picking it garbage. And I go, So I said to him, can I have your phone number? So I took his phone number and I kept it in my phone. And I said, when I come back, I'll call him. So I called yesterday and I said, listen, I promised you that I would call you and I have some things that you guys could use. So let me know when you're coming and I will have them ready for you. And he said, thank you very much. And he said, thank you for the tip, because I gave him a tip. I was quite surprised that he said that about the tip. So now my act of giving is telling him whether he comes for it. I don't know whether he calls back, but I wanted to know I have more dishes than one human being can use. I have more sets of cutlery than I should use. Why not give it to them? Why not give them something, pots and pans, good ones? And that's what giving is about. I release it. If I know from experience of observation of my friends who've downsized or passed on, you know what their children did? They packed all these beautiful crystal glasses, wine glasses, in a boxes and plates and put it on the curb. They didn't want it. The Royal Doulton are on the curb. So you think these busy people I have in my life are going to take time and say, oh, Mom liked it, maybe I should keep it. If that's what you're thinking, then give it to them now. And make sure they have it. Otherwise, no. So that is what giving is about. You have it. You heard the need. You heard the cry. And that's what I heard. And I'm going to, if he comes, I'll give it to him. If he doesn't, then there's a difference. Maybe things got better. But it was very sad to hear. And he said, when the conflict is over, we will have to go back. And I'm hoping that they don't allow that and allow him to stay. We need human beings to grow so the country can grow. When we bring, this is 2 minutes. So immigration into a country, legal immigration into a country,